Hello, my name is Jennifer Aguirre, and for my organization, I chose to talk about and learn more about the San Diego Regional Center. The San Diego Regional Center mission statement says to serve and empower persons with developmental disabilities and their families to achieve their goal with community partners. They also have a philosophy which reads, help people with developmental disabilities participate in their communities. The ARC's goals is to help people live as independently as possible. The overall objective that I found for the San Diego Regional Center is for families to be a resource to families. The population is pretty much divided into two groups for the San Diego Regional Center. The first one being early intervention, which they cater to children who are from birth, so from 0 to 3, the age of 3, and then after they turn 3, they go into another group, which is called individuals, and that is from 3 years and up. So, if the child was in early intervention, they will transfer over to the individuals once they turn 3, and if they meet their requirements for those services. The minimal requirements is they have to be residents of the San Diego or the Imperial City, and they have to, if they're at early intervention, they need to have some kind of developmental red flags. Um, but we'll talk more about that further into the presentation. Some services that the San Diego Regional Center has. I will be focusing on the services offered from 0 to 3 because that is whom I've interviewed and that's the group that I learned the most of. One of the services is occupational therapy. For an occupational therapy, they help children develop skills for daily living, such as playing, learning, and socializing. They also do a lot of parent education, which in every scenario, any therapy that the child does receive, the parent needs to be present. And they don't have to actively participate, but they have to be present to um, learn all the things they're teaching their child just so that they can continue working on those when the therapy is not there. Therapy sessions are typically commonly from uh, once a week, 45 minutes each. Another service provided for them is speech therapy and as well as occupational therapies once a week, 45 minutes, and this is at no cost for the family as well. Speech focuses more of developing speech language skills and identifying and treating communication difficulties. They teach them how to pronunciate better, how to move their tongue, their mouth, and all that fun stuff. And then as you can see in the picture here, they use a lot of like mirrors so they could start imitating and they're always pointing at their mouth. So the child who is small, um, you know, when they see the pointing of the mouth, they direct their vision to the therapist's mouth and mimic the same movements. For the third service that they provide is, one of the services they provide is ABA, which means Applied Behavior Analysis. Um, this is mostly like behavior issues that the child has. They work with them. Um, One of the examples here, I put a picture of I'm working for that is typically called a token board, and this is when a child has a preferred activity to do. They have to work for it, so they do other activities that are not necessarily preferred, but once they complete them and they successfully participate in them, then they are able to do their preferred activity. Um, ABA focuses again just life skills, communication skills, interactions. This is the only therapy that the therapist is able to travel with you, and by that I mean they're able to go to other places such as like parks, restaurants, other families' houses, so they're able to travel with you. This service is given 3 times a week for 2 hours. So again, that's another difference from other services. And again, every service at this age is play based. So they're not necessarily like a school. They just play with the child, and because again, at this time, at this age, that's how the child learns. So they just come to your home, or if you would like, you could go to the facility as well. They do have rooms specifically for that, where therapy session could take place if you're not comfortable them coming home, or like, if you're part of like a foster home, they provide transportation for the child to go to the facility and receive these services as well. Continuing on for the ecological system and how does the San Diego Regional Center fall into that? I believe they mostly connect with the mesosystem. Mesosystem is a relationship between different microsystems such as family, school, peers, hospitals, just community, um, anything that that directly affects the child. So the San Diego Center case managers help coordinate between all these um, examples, and they provide just services um, through the community, through with the schools, with healthcares. So I think that this is why the Meso system, I think, really resonates with the San Diego Regional Center. To further explain this, the San Diego Regional Center helps schools, such as creating IEPs, assessments, and support, giving support for those children at school. They have healthcare providers such as therapists, mental health services. They connect families to doctors and just provide those services, um, and connections with agencies as well, such as if a family is struggling financially with food or with transportation, they could also help with that. Um, these interactions improve accessibility to resource and ensure individuals receive comprehensive support, which is why I think, again, to reiterate, the San Diego Regional Center, I feel like it fits very well with the Meso system. Um, Overall, my experience, why I chose this organization, I think this organization has um, admirable work. They do a lot of things that are key to a child's development. All these services provided for them, all these resources is key to those children who are having those challenges in a developmental stage, and with that, they help the child receive resources they need to thrive, in education wise and in life and personal life as well. Um, why is this organization important? I think they give access to crucial resources, like I mentioned, but also because they advocate for disability rights and inclusion. They also are a bridge between systems such as school, healthcare, and social services. How would I connect? How would I bring this into my work? I will parent educate about this organization. I will let parents know that this this organization exists, as well as what services they provide, and just connect families to the San Diego Regional Center if um, there was a need for it. These are some of the references that I used, and if you have any questions, if concerns, if you need help and you think this is something that you're interested in learning a little bit more, please feel free to reach out. And if not, then thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation.